In this short video we will show how to set up data sources and import configuration of input variables of Recon's task. External data sources can provide operational data and can also be used as a storage for results of model calculations. First of all, we run Recon 11 and open demonstration model. External sources of data for Recon can be managed only by Recon's administrator. Resulting set of sources is then available for all tasks working under given instance of Recon. So we open menu Program and Administration and log in as administrator. Administration of data sources is made possible by means of a special panel. Open the panel from menu Task, Import/Export, Data Sources. Recon currently supports 13 types of data sources. You can see list of them on the top folders. There are, for example, Oracle, SQL Server, Microsoft Access and Excel, text file, Pi Server, OPC Historian or Ovation Historian. For our purposes we will use Pi Server. Log into Plant Information Server from OSIsoft. Pi Server database requires 3 parameters, namely, username, server name and password. Contact your Pi Server administrator for details if you don't know these parameters. So we will create new data source called, for example, CPT Pi. We have already created test user on server CPT.net and set the password. We can check source parameters here, and we can see everything is okay. So we can create this new data source by clicking on New. As we have set up our data source, we can do import configuration. That is available from menu, Task, Import/Export, Import Configuration. The panel consists of 2 parts. Left part contains a table of variables of certain type, in this example mass flows or temperatures. You can choose the type of variables by clicking the respective tab next to the top of the panel, in our example mass flows, and temperatures. Columns of each table contain important characteristics of variables which are all editable, except IDs. Right part of the panel provides a list of available data sources, drop-down menu, as well as a list of tags of the source selected. To define import tag for a variable of your task, click the import tag name field of the variable in Import Definitions, and select data source by means of a combo box in the upper right corner. In our example, the CPT Pi. For a while, we can see list of tags. Double-click the tag of interest in the list of import tags of the source selected. As a result, the field is filled in with the tag name selected. At the same time, the neighboring fields source and measure unit are filled in as well. The first one contain ID of the source used, the other physical units used in your task. If the values imported have units different from your task, you must change the content of the field to match the reality. To do that, press the button on the right of the field and then select proper units from the list. To delete link to a data source, click the tag name field of the variable in question, press the button on the right, and select blank row from the list. Besides creating and deleting references to external data sources, the panel enables one to specify additional information, namely, minimum acceptable value of the variable, flag telling what value to import, whether the average, or the last one, and reference to a control variable. In the case that the variable has its minimum value defined, then values lower than that minimum are replaced by 0, for example case of flow rates, concentrations, wetnesses of steam streams, roughnesses of pipelines, or by the minimum itself, for example temperatures and pressures. If the field L is left empty, then the application will import the average value of the variable. In case you need a value from the end of given time period, fill in the field with the letter L. The last value is necessary if variable in question participates in stock balancing, for example liquid level in a storage tank. Once the variable has its import defined, it can have a control variable assigned. Any variable of the task, except concentration, can be used as control variable provided that it has its import, and also minimum value defined. If imported value of the control variable is lesser than defined minimum, then all subordinate variables are additionally handled as also having imported values under minima. Besides its main purpose, the import configuration panel also enables a multiple modification of common characteristics of tasks variables, which are displayed in columns, type, value, and error. So we have demonstrated how to set up new data source, and how to configure import references of variables. All of them you can see in well-arranged table with their characteristics by clicking on Excel icon. It will open Excel sheet where you can see variables values, errors, import tags and so on. Thank you for attention and good luck with Recon's modeling and data reconciliation. For more information and documents visit our website pmplant.cz.